Hey guys, this is Alex from 4C Trading, and today let's talk about Audio USDT, which is actually a coin that we talked about a couple of times now in the latest streams. I've been constantly getting questions about it, and we actually did find a nice area that we said that it could potentially have a nice upswing from it, and it actually did. So right now this area already reacted from us, but we are definitely interested to see something more, because so far the area gave us apparently around 22% right from down the middle, which we usually do fill it right still in the middle, and we currently got about a pretty nice decent fill, right? We got fill right down to the bottom. But now something key has happened with this last push and having a closure above this top, giving us a little bit of a confirmation that this is now looking like an early reversal on the chart. So if something is looking like an early reversal on the chart with one candle confirmation, I guess we can then pretty much go down on a little bit of a lower time frames and try to find another trade at it, and hopefully make some more money from a little bit tinier stop loss. But in this case, we have a bunch of these options. So now for now I'm gonna move this area and actually move it just a little bit up here, because now I want to be getting that pullback. And still for this candle right now, it's gonna be closing in about 4 hours. I still want to see this candle close above here before grabbing our trade. But even though if it already goes now straight down to grab our trade, it's not the worst thing that has ever happened, right? I mean, it's still a pretty solid trade. So let's see right there how we're gonna look at it, right? So let's put it right down the middle and let's see where we stand actually on this trade. Putting it right down at the bottom, because yes, currently there is nowhere else where I would rather put this stop loss, because our point of invalidation is going actually under this. And even though our point of invalidation going under this and staying back in does not necessarily mean that we get that this is a point of invalidation for a higher time frames. But for lower time frames, if we had this one, which is now normally based off, because the first opportunity was at this point was already missed, means that we have to play it in this sort of way. And this so the local point of invalidation is right under here, and we cannot do it any differently. We are looking at a stop loss which is a little bit under 10%, right? So we are talking, so the stop loss from this point is really nice, although it's not the best, because usually what we go when we go for this low time frames, we want to go for stop losses that are on like 5 percentile or something like that, because it is lower time frame plays and they do tend to not work as frequently as higher time frame plays. So if you wish to do something like that, then yes, you can always move the buy area a little bit more to the bottom. And by doing that and you're moving the stop loss up, you do see you get about 6%. But having that, you also get risk of not getting filled. So it's up to your personal opinion here, or option. You have multiple options how you can approach this trade. But for video's sake, I will do it right down the middle, like we always do it in an area. We do 3 different buys, and yes, I place it at around the middle. With this time stop loss is a little bit less than 10%. Now for the profit take that we are going to be looking at is right off the bat is going to be here. And again, before I move forward, all of these prices can be seen on the right side of my screen. So you can see that our stop loss is underneath $2.18. The fill ratio for this trade is around 250 to 240, or actually 250 to 230. And you can now see that the first profit take is, if we take it right down the middle, again we're looking at around 50 cent move on the entire coin, right? 20% or 2.11 R. So being a small trade, smaller time frame trade in this case, right? Even though we are still doing it on 4 hour, it would be a little bit more visible on 1 hourly. As you can see, it's a little bit more defined. You can still say this is a pretty good trade. I mean, it is a less than 50%, less than 50% success rate, but that's why having a 2R actually gives us that advantage that we stretch it a little bit more, and you can see why this actually pans out to be a really good one at the end of the day. So now our next mission is to find a next suitable target, and since we are still currently bull, I mean, Ethereum is stretching again over the all-time high, Bitcoin is coming close as well. Now we have these chances of going for absolutely the biggest one, and doing that in the past is paying off for us nicely. We're still currently in the Neo trade, we're still currently in some of the other trades, which on top of the head I don't really remember, but we're gonna cover them tomorrow. We've still got plenty of trades open. I think UTK is one of them, and ZEC, yes, Zcash also, that's one of the trades that we currently have open that we all covered in live stream, and I will still do videos about those as well. But now let's focus on this one. Putting it right top on the second TP, now you kind of start to see why this gets interesting, because we are looking at 7R, 67% in the whole entire chart move, right, or $1.6, and yes, that puts us right down the TP on $4. And you know what, why this makes it so interesting? Because if you happen to have and took the first trade, which was in the area down here, right, this is now your continuation trade. So the happy thing is you can actually buy another one right here, right? You can make another buy right here and then stretch it all the way to the top. Yes, you do increase your risk just a little bit, but you know, the gains on such a move on the chart are quite substantial. And a lot of these coins have this kind of good charts, good looking charts. They do tend to play out, especially on Binance, because Binance, you know, is just ramping up on volume every single week. They're increasing volume. And right now we heard as well that Binance is actually listing a Tesla stock, which is absolutely amazing, because I do think this is going to bring a lot of retail traders in, right, from regular stock markets. So it does even increasing their volume even further, so which even gives coins like this a better fighting chance if they do keep up with their marketing. So for the last profit take, you know, usually, like you already know me, I like to take most of these profit takes off and the second one. But now if we go back, scale it a little bit on a daily, because this is the chart that should be looked on a daily, right? And if you look at from the point where now we are getting reaction, you can see that this was about 54% pullback. And on a chart like this, a 54% pullback is still can be deemed bullish in a bull market. So what that means is we can easily hit all-time high or even higher. So in this case, you already know that how we like to track them, right? We don't like to sell all of our baskets in one case, right? So what we do is we usually wait for something to form, go above the previous high, and we place the stop loss right underneath it. So in this case, if now this pumps, right, and does something like this, and then we would place our stop loss from here to here, something like this, we will place our stop loss from here to here. So that is the kind of logic, and you do that until it stops you, which in this case, most of these coins would only stop you at the end of the bull market, right? So yes, you can do make amazing money with this, because some of these coins can potentially go and run up a couple of $1,000%. So yes, guys, this will be pretty much it for today. Do subscribe to our channel, you know, like the video, share with your friends, and chat something, write something in the comments down below. Also check out our 4C blog post, right, where we, you know, post this kind of videos. We discuss random stuff like, you know, Bitcoin analysis or some tools that could potentially help you becoming a trader. And thank you for watching, guys, and we will be seeing each other in the next one.